Greetings and welcome to this week's edition of 401k Real Talk. This is Fred Barstein, contributing editor at wealthmanagement.com's RPA Edge and CEO at Trout, TPSU, and 401k TV. I review all of last week's stories and select the most important and interesting ones, providing open, honest, and candid discussion you will not get anywhere else. So let's get real. First story, in another blow to ESG funds and retirement plans, the Democratic-led Senate passed a bill that would block implementation of the DOL rule, which allows plans to consider ESG factors. Democratic Senators Manchin and Tester voted for the bill, which passed the House, though not with enough votes to override a veto. ESG funds performed poorly in 2022, according to Bloomberg, with a more than 90% drop in asset flow from $36 billion to $2.9 billion last year. Asset flow in DC plans have not kept up with the hype, which varies by geographic region and organization type. No wonder DC plan sponsors are reluctant with so much uncertainty, making RPAs wonder whether advocating for ESG is good for their clients and their own business models. Next story, BlackRock's LifePath Target Date Fund scored a victory recently in the Federal District, Northern District of Virginia against lawsuits alleging underperformance. The claims were initially dismissed in December. Target date funds have become a popular focus for the plaintiffs' bar, with so many assets flowing into them. The Miller Shaw law firm recently filed 11 cases against the highly rated, low-cost BlackRock investments. Euclid Financial claims that the tide is turning in favor of defendants and that the plethora of lawsuits is creating good case law against copycat lawsuits. Next story, Vanguard is reporting that 60-year-old and older participants are leaving their money in DC plans, but only if plan sponsors create favorable plan design. Looking at the behavior of 500,000 older participants from 2011 to 2021, Vanguard found that employees in plans with flexible withdrawal options, in-plan advice, and retirement income solutions are just as likely to leave their assets in the plan, which raises the question of the debate between IRAs and DC plans. DC plan, the costs are actually lower, and keeping assets is going to become more popular with participants that do not have access to an advisor outside of the plan, which raises the question of whether plans should select a to or through target date fund. Certainly good news for the burgeoning retirement income industry, which also has favorable legislative tailwinds, as the question of whether, which also is the question of whether there should be in-plan or out-of-plan solutions available. Finally, is the 401k industry going back to the future with claims of free plans and the emergence of practical commissions? I raised these questions in my last two RPA Edge wealthmanagement.com columns, and while Secure 2.0 tax credits for smaller plans, smaller organizations, plus the Starter K and state auto IRAs are very beneficial for plan sponsors and their employees, likely to create millions more retirement plans, these practical commissions are not. As plan level fees decline, advisors are offering proprietary solutions, private label investments, as well as managed accounts, which provide additional revenue, violating the level comp rule and are practical commissions. Lawyers argue that these arrangements are legal with proper disclosure, but it can change the relationship between the fiduciary advisor and their clients, as well as create opportunities for more lawsuits, which has already started to occur. So what do you think? Are these new arrangements by advisors good or bad for plan sponsors and participants? So those are the most important stories from the last week. I listed a few others I thought were worth reading. Please let me know if I missed anything and if you have any comments. Otherwise, I will speak to you next week on 401k Real Talk.